Seems that in spite of the controversies of the Switch 2, the game key card controversy, well, that's a new one. We haven't talked about that one yet, but, of course, the prices, as well. No one really is upset over the games themselves. It's just the prices, the game key cards, like stuff that people do not like. But Nintendo is, of course, refusing to listen, obviously. They don't care, obviously. They only care about money. And, well, apparently, the Nintendo Switch has been hitting historic number levels. But this isn't too surprising. Again, France is one of the, few reasons where Nintendo is still very popular in. As well, I think it's also selling very well in Japan, but Japan doesn't have absurd prices. But there's still the whole game key card problem, which I think a lot of people will still not be very happy over, as well here. And basically we're saying the Switch 2 is selling at a historic level. Yes, even it's outselling the fastest selling console of all time, the PS5. I think at the very beginning, the Switch 2 will sell very, very well because you will have those Nintendo fanboys going to go buy the console as well here. And the Switch 2 is, and also you have scalpers too, trying to scalp as many Switch 2s. Even GameStop has said they will not be able to have enough Switch 2s at once to really, really sell, really to make everybody satisfied. So, yes, the Switch 2 will likely sell like 3 to 4 million copies in its first week, but we gotta wait to see how the console's doing in a month, 2 months, 3 months from now, from its launch. Okay, as well. Okay, we gotta see how it is, and if it is selling very, very poorly, Nintendo might have to listen to us and reduce the price of the games specifically, as well. And also maybe the console itself, because I just don't think people are really too excited for $80 games. And in Europe, games are even more expensive. They're $90. Okay, in Europe. Okay, they're even more expensive in Europe. They're $90 in Europe as well. But it seems that doesn't really matter. That in Europe, that the console is still going to sell regardless, which is surprising given that Europe is basically PlayStation's most popular territory. But it seems that even in Europe, PlayStation is giving a run for its money as the fastest selling console in history by Nintendo. Again, it's so sad and it's satisfying to see another one of PlayStation's records be broken. As much as I don't like the Switch 2's price, it is still so satisfying to see PlayStation's records be broken, because especially all the PS5 records, because the PS5, I think, has been the most underwhelming console of all time. I haven't bought a PS5, obviously, but look at the amount of exclusives the PS5 has. It's embarrassingly, close to none. Most of its major games are PS4 games, or also on the PS4, like Miles Morales, God of War. The only true exclusive PS5 games I think out there was Astro Boy and Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man 2, a lot of people don't like that game either, as well. Also, you have Ghost of Yotai, but a lot of people basically saying that's basically The Last of Us Part 2 with Ghost of Tsushima. Like, they really had a hit with Ghost of Tsushima. Sony did, but they had to ruin it and make it work. Like, why does Sony make these bafflingly terrible decisions when it comes to the franchises? I think only Microsoft, back in the mid-2000s with Rare in the mid-2000s was the only other company that made such horrible decisions and bafflingly stupid decisions with the franchises, or Nintendo mid-2010s with, Amiibo Festival. But I really just don't think the PS6 will sell as well as the PS5, okay? As well. Unless Sony manages to, better the PR with the fans, obviously. Of course, they'll still get all the YouTubers to promote the PS6, most likely. I really think Xbox needs to really step their game, obviously, with the gaming consoles, obviously. With the next, I know the Xbox Series X is, they're kind of saying, we're done. But I think with the next Xbox, they have to make sure the games are exclusive to the Xbox as well. Also, if you want to put them on Steam, you can put them on Steam, obviously, as well. Because, again, Steam and console gaming does not really overlap all too much as well. But Xbox have to actually put out actual good games, though. Not crap games like Starfield or Road, okay? Actual good games. Because if console has good games, people will buy a console for that game. Okay? Let's look at Nintendo Switch. People bought Nintendo Switch for the good and high quality games. You know, I just don't know what people are buying PS5s for, like Call of Duty, which is also available on Xbox. Like most of these games people are saying they're buying PS5s for are also available on the Xbox. And also on the Xbox you can play all of the 360 library, all of the original Xbox library, and all of the Xbox One library. Or I think almost all of it. Like there's some games that cannot be played, like Lollipop Chainsaw. But even then they remade that game anyways, so you can just play that version instead. But or games that are like delisted, like there's don't like have zero players, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want to play like GTA, 4, GTA 5, you know you don't have to keep rebuying GTA 5 over and over and over again, so you can play it on a new console on the Xbox. PlayStation you kind of have to do that, especially if you want to play PS3 games. You have to hope and pray Sony puts those games in the PS5 as well. But with Xbox Series X, you can play almost every original Xbox game, almost every 360 game, and basically almost every Xbox One game as well. There's only like a few games that are like incompatible with it in terms of backwards compatibility, but I just do not understand the hype behind PlayStation. It's like Monster of the Wilds is also on Xbox as well. But no, we have to buy the PlayStation version because PlayStation is the chosen console. So even GTA 6 will still be on Xbox. Like it's still could be there. You can also still play the older GTAs as well, because I think all the older GTAs are also available on Xbox. PlayStation, I think you just have the GTA trilogy, that really crappy version, the really crappy GTA trilogy. You have GTA 5, which is available on PS4 and also PS5 as well. And also then you also have, GTA 6, but also you can play GTA 4 on the new Xbox Series console as well. I think San Andreas is also available. That's like one of the most popular games in that entire franchise. I just really don't understand PlayStation fanboys as well. Yeah. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.